How do you get into Howard?
I gave 3 TED Talks in high school.
I did a lot of songwriting. I was in a competitive show choir.
I'm a student athlete, so I definitely got helped in the admissions process.
I didn't even apply for Harvard.
It's a lot of years of hard work and really finding what you're passionate about. Become really good at that.
Hello guys, I'm Ray. Today I'm in Howard University. As we all know, Howard is the top 1 university all around the world. I want to know it is hard for US students to get into Howard. Also, I would ask them what they usually do in the summer. Let's figure out. What's your name?
My name is Frank. My name is Mark.
What's your major?
Economics. Economics.
How do you get into Howard?
So first I was in the military, applied, and then I got in. So I got recruited by the men's tennis coach since I'm a semi-professional tennis player.
So what's your summer plan?
I'm gonna do a study abroad in Denmark. I'm gonna spend some time with family, friends.
What's your name?
Dominic.
Jara.
What's your major?
Biomedical engineering.
Chemistry and physics.
How do you get into Howard?
Being smart, good academics, sports, yeah.
I think early planning, like definitely thinking about college in general, gives you the time to like be prepared. I am not from the US, I'm from Barbados, so I wasn't like prepared to take the SATs like as part of like my school's curriculum. So early planning helped me to like be able to get a good score in those, and then also just like it's a lot of luck, honestly.
What's your name?
Callie,
What's your major?
economics and history.
Can I ask how do you get into Howard?
Well, I'm a student athlete, so I definitely got helped in the admissions process through athletics, but I also did like pretty like balanced workload in high school, like AP courses and other extracurricular clubs and stuff.
What's your name?
My name is Cybele Fescal, Cybele. Yeah.
What's your major?
Transferring to psychology.
So how do you get into Howard?
So there's this thing called the Common App portal. I applied through that. I wrote my essays, and I had a lot of extracurriculars. I did a lot of songwriting. I was in a competitive show choir.
What you usually do in the summer vacation?
I have an internship. I don't know if I'm allowed to say where yet.
What's the famous person you ever know?
I got to meet Barry Gordy, who was the founder of Motown Records, he helped establish artists like Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, so that was really cool. Yeah.
That's cool. What's your name?
Akansh Tambe,
What's your major?
English and economics.
Can I ask how do you get into Howard?
I worked really hard. I did a lot of art, a lot of photography. That was sort of my passion, and I did a lot of traveling. The main thing that I think set me over the edge was public speaking. I gave 3 TED Talks in high school.
That's cool. So what do you do usually in the summer vacation?
I did research one summer, and I do a lot of traveling, so just personal passion projects with photography and things like that.
What's your name?
Asher Montgomery.
What's your major?
Integrative biology.
So how do you get into Howard?
I think you write a good essay and talk well.
So what do you usually do for the summer?
I am going to study bananas in Australia.
Study banana.
Yes. We're going to try and create bananas that are resistant to the Panama disease.
What's your name?
Luke.
What's your major?
Design engineering.
So how do you get into Howard?
Studied a lot. Honestly, I just cared about what I did. I think I found some passions early on in life. Invested in them, believed in myself. Had a network as well. I had a mentor who really believed in me. Mom and dad who always really believed in me and told me that I belonged in somewhere like this. So.
Cool. What's your summer vacations plan?
I'm going to Switzerland to see my friend who lives there to do a sailing trip. I'm trying to work for a robotics company part-time who does some logistics robotics, and going home and see my family. So.
That's cool. What's your name?
Tara.
What's your major?
I am majoring in biology.
So how do you get into Howard?
So one of the biggest things is making sure that you present yourself in the most authentic way possible to talk about what you're really passionate about. For me, that was biology, so I made sure to kind of show the admissions office that. I think that is like the best advice I received when I was applying, and that definitely helped me out.
That's cool.
Vasilios.
What's your major?
I'm studying physics here.
Cool. So how do you get into Howard?
I got in, I had a variety of experiences in high school that helped me, including some research and some personal coding projects. I originally was going to study computer science, so I did a lot of coding in high school, and that helped my application a lot, I think.
What do you really do in the summer?
Last summer I did research here at Harvard in the physics department, and this summer I'm going to Stanford to do research in the physics department there.
What's your name?
I'm Nick.
What's your major?
I'm economics and molecular and cellular biology.
So what's the year in Howard?
A sophomore.
Okay, so how do you get into Howard?
I would say it's a lot of years of hard work and really finding what you're passionate about. I think it's really important for anyone that's interested in applying is for figure out what you really like to do and become really good at that. And I also think you really should emphasize community service in your application as well, because that's really important to show that you're very involved within your community.
What do you usually do in the summer?
I mean, in high school I used to travel a lot, but I guess in college I still do too. We have 3 months off where we have basically from May to end of August. So the beginning month of May I'll usually travel, and then from June to August I'll do an internship.
What's your name?
I'm Cecira.
I'm Kyle.
What's your major?
I don't know yet. Probably bio.
Also, probably bio and economics.
Cool. So how do you get into Howard?
I got involved in basically everything that I was really interested in. Like, I wrote a lot of poetry, did a lot of creative writing, and yeah, just stuck with it.
I think it was a combination of a few things. I think that just based on grades and test scores, I was kind of like good enough. And then I also did a lot of bowling as a kid. My main essay I wrote about bowling, and then all of my activities were bowling. And then one of my recommendations was from my bowling coach. So I really kind of pushed the deal on bowling. I mean, I guess I fit a niche because of that.
Cool. You really do in the summer vacation?
What am I doing this year?
This year.
This year I'm on the rowing team, so I'm going to London to race.
What's your name?
Jericho.
What's your major?
I'm a grad student studying health policy.
Cool. So how do you get into Howard?
I come from like a public health policy background, so I really just made sure that I did stuff that I really enjoyed, and I think the admission people saw that, and that's how I got in here.
That's cool. So what do you really do in the summer?
So this summer I'll be interning at a law firm doing like health policy work.
What's your name?
My name is Zaid.
What's your major?
Studying neuroscience.
So how do you get into Howard?
I got pretty good grades in high school.
The grades.
Like mostly like A's, A pluses, and whatever. I don't know. I did pretty well.
What the plan in this summer?
What am I doing this summer? I'm working in growth equity this summer, like in finance.
Before this year, what plan to do in the summer?
I was also like working with Harvard Student Agencies, largest student-run business in the world. A lot of great people there, a lot of my best friends. And I was also working part-time for a healthcare startup.